Hello, and if you are watching this video, then chances are you're looking for a good salsa recipe. I've been able to come up with one through trial and error that I think you will like. So I'm gonna just walk through the ingredients and then I will show you the process of how I make this batch up, and then we can certainly have a taste test when we're done. Now, there are three things that I look for when I want salsa. One is good flavor, of course. Second is a little pop. And when I say pop, just a nice little spicy bite afterwards. And it can be, you can make this more spicy or less spicy to your desire. Here it's gonna be kind of an intermediate spice batch that I'm making here. And then the third thing I like is texture. And when I say texture, I like my salsa to stack like on my tortilla chip. Not be syrupy, but just to kind of stack and kind of be fluffy, if you will. And I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. Now what you're gonna need is a blender. And the ingredients that I use is some fresh cilantro. And what I like to do is I like to break the stems off. I have a nice little stack here. Again, you can use more or less to your desired flavor. But for scale, you can kind of see the lid of the blender to see kind of how much cilantro I'm using. I'm also going to use one of these dried peppers. I think it's a Guaillo pepper. I've got about, about a quarter of an onion, a little bit less. I've got garlic. And then I'm going to use a can and a half of Rotel. So you want about 15 ounces of the Rotel, and these are 10-ounce cans. So with the other half a can, you can either use it for another batch or, you can use Rotel for a lot of things. It typically never goes to waste in this family. I'm going to be using some diced jalapenos, some cumin, a little bit of sugar, some salt, and then a can of whole tomatoes. This is a 14.5-ounce can that I'll be using. So these are the ingredients. And with that in mind, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to puree up a base. Okay, so the base consists of the onion, the garlic. Now if you look at the garlic, this is a clove, and for scale I have a teaspoon. I'm going to use about a half of this clove. Now, a warning, you can use too much garlic. I guess if you like it garlicky, that's fine. But it doesn't take a lot of fresh garlic to really, bring out a strong garlic flavor. And so, again, I'm just using about just this much, a half a clove. And then I'm gonna put in about, I'm doing this one-handed here. I'm gonna put in about 2 teaspoonfuls of the diced jalapeno. And then also what I like to do is the half a can of Rotel that I'm gonna use, I'm gonna pour that in. And what this Rotel does is it kind of weighs everything else down. If I don't put the half a can of Rotel in there, the onion, the garlic, the jalapenos, they're gonna be thrown all over the place and they're not gonna puree up. But I noticed that when I put the half a can of Rotel in there, it kind of creates weight and a little bit of sauciness so that everything is weighed down, and then it'll puree nicely. Okay, so that's got a nice little puree. And you've done this right when you take off the lid and you give it a little smell and your eyes burn. And that means you've done it right. So next I'm gonna throw in the dried pepper. I'm also going to add about, like I said, about a teaspoon of cumin, maybe a little bit more. Just a small teaspoon of sugar, gives it a little bit of sweet flavor. And then about a half a teaspoon of salt. Again, I don't want to have this too salty. So I'm going to put the lid on, puree this up again. And there we have our base, and that's what it should look like. Now that I have my base prepared, I am going to put in, so I've already added a half a can of Rotel as part of my base. I'm going to put in the other full can of Rotel, and then again, about 14.5 ounces. Now here you're going to see me use a 28 ounce can, so I'm just going to use about half of this. Oh. Well, that's probably about half. And then I'm going to put in the cilantro. Now, I should have put the cilantro in before the tomatoes because the tomatoes will weigh the cilantro down and it'll carve it up easier. So make sure you do that. But I'm just going to have to just mix it longer. Now, you don't want to puree this. So I pureed the base, but here you just want to put your blender on mix. You want to have it, you want the texture to be a good mix, but you don't want it to be liquefied, if you will. Now what I'll do is I have it on mix. I'm going to turn it off and just kind of let maybe the heavier, chunkier parts of this settle to the bottom. And then I'll start it again. And there we have it. We are done. So let's give this a taste here. So I'm going to scoop this chip in here. You can see how it kind of stacks. Let's give it a taste. And that is perfect. It has good flavor. And after about a second, it has a good bite. And that bite should linger for about 30 seconds. Perfect salsa. So once I'm done, it's always good to put these in a good mason jar. And before you actually use this salsa, it's always good to let it chill and sit in the refrigerator for about a day. That's really where you get the best result.